Hello everyone, welcome back to 2HOURS FX channel. Today I'll be showing you a review of the week that is from 14th to 18th of November 2022, and I'm going to show a review of this strategy. I did a video on this last week, and this week it was massive in profit, right? So if you are new to this channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and so that you'll be alerted anytime I upload a new video. Before I go into the examples, the trades I took with this strategy this week, I'm going to just explain again how to take this the trades on this strategy. It's pretty simple, and it's just you need to spend only 2 hours in the market. Just 2 hours, you are done. Only 2 hours in the New York section. So what we are looking for is, once the New York section is about to open, I've customized my timing to this area. So I'm going to be trading within this green box on the 15 minutes time frame. So this is a box on the 1 minute time frame. My entry is going to be on the 1 minute time frame, and once it's after 2 hours, I stop looking for entries and I'm done for the day. So in a whole day, even if I don't see a setup, I'm not bothered, because this week I had a lot of trades on this particular strategy. So this is what you do before the New York opens. So in my time, in this broker time, it is around 15:30 hours, right? So in my time here, that is around 2:30 p.m. Nigeria time. It's 14:30 hours in Nigeria time. That is when I start looking for my entries, and I stop looking for my entries at 17:30 hours on the broker time, and that is around 16:30 hours in Nigerian time. That is to 4:30 p.m. right? So that is just the only time you are coming to the market. So from morning till this time, you have nothing to do with the market. So you wait. Once it is 2:30 p.m., you come in and start looking for the potential setup for on the pairs, and I'm only dealing with few pairs, just the USD pairs, right? So this is what you do once I've customized my chart to this. So once this candle, the candle that forms at the opening of this box, once the candle starts forming, that is when I'll start looking for my sector. So on the 15 minutes time frame, from the beginning of the day, I want to see a clear trend, a clear direction. So what happened here, as the day started, we have this low, our price pulled up to create this high, and from that point, market was coming down. It was on a downtrend. So once this candle starts forming, I'll look for the low of that day. So at the point where that candle was forming, this was the low of the day. So at the point where this candle was forming, this was the low of the day. So I will wait for price to break through that low, take out liquidity from that low, then close above, just come up and give me a break of structure on the 1 minute time frame. So this is it. So this is the low of the day. This was the low of the day. So what happened here, I waited until price broke through that low of the day, then I will mark out the high before this low was created. I will wait for price to break above it. Price should break and close above it. So at this point, when price close above it, I'm waiting for price to come back to retest either the order block or a fair value gap. So sometimes, since the stop loss is low, you may not worry yourself. You can just draw a Fibonacci. So I drew a Fibonacci from this low to this high and wait for price. Once price gets to 50%, I can take my entry 70%, I can take my entry. On the fair value gap, I take my entry. On the order block, I take my entry. So that is it. Just that once price hits the 50 or the 70 or the fair value gap, you take your entry. Then at this point, this was the high of this box. Take your first profit at that high. So the high was somewhere here, which is where I have my TP target. Take your first take profit at that high, then you can secure the rest, or you set a break even, right? So as you can see, as price hits my entry point, price pull up straight to my take profit target and continue throughout the New York session till the following day. So it's just as simple as that. You have to know the direction of the trend. If the trend is not giving a clear direction, you ignore. So this is a downtrend. Let me see if there's a pair that I didn't give. I was not comfortable with USD, GBP USD, but it also moved very well. I just want to check for a pair that was not giving a clear direction. Okay, yesterday I think I have something that I can look into. So like the gold of yesterday, if you look at gold on the 18th, you can see that price was an uptrend here and started coming down here. So there's no clear direction. I want to see a clear direction from the open of the market till where you have the New York open. Right, that is it. So now let's go to the trades that I took that gave me over 20% profit in my account. Right, so let's look at the setups, the trade. So I had a trade on silver, which yielded very well. I had a trade on Euro USD. I had a trade on AUD USD, and also had a trade on NZD USD the same day. All these trades the same day and at the same time. Also had a trade on gold as well, right? So let's see how they all happened. This is AUD USD. You see it? You can see the direction, a downtrend from the upside to this point. So at the point where this candle started forming, where my green box appeared, this candle was the low of the day. As you can see, I marked it, and on the 1 minute time frame I also marked it. So I waited for price to break through it, and as you can see, this is what happened. Price broke through it here, then I mark out my high, the high before price dropped below the daily low. So my expectation was for price to break above it, come back for a retest at 50%, then I take my entry. Let's see what happened. After this, price pulled up but couldn't get to this high and came back again, broke the low, came back up but did not take out this high, the previous high. This is the low. This high must be taken out, and price closed above it. Price didn't close above it. It dropped more and took out these lows. So now our new high will be here. So price dropped, came back, took out this high with this spin, and finally closed above the high. Then price came back for a retest, and that was the entry on AUD USD. So this was the trade on AUD USD. You can see where I put my first take profit. Then for Euro USD, look at it here. Okay, as at this point, as at the point where the green box came up, I had my low of the day here. So I waited for price to break it, and that is what happened here. Price broke it here, then this high was not valid, so this was my high. Then I waited for price to come up, but price did go up, rather it dropped more. So this was now my high, the high to be taken out for me to take my entry. Price came back and took out the high, closed above it. I was waiting for price to retest this order block or come to 50% or this fair value gap. So any of the places, then this was the trade. So when price dropped, it dropped up to like 50% before pulling up. So this was my entry on Euro USD. As you can see, my first step profit was here. Then on GBP USD, this was on the 14th. This was not the same day. So look at what happened. Okay, yeah, you see there was no clear trend here. Market opened here, price pulled up, came down, up, down, pulled up again, just was moving in a range. So there was no clear direction here. So but at the point where this my box formed, at the open of this New York section, I had my low of the day here. See what happened? Price broke through it. So I took this trade to see the outcome. So price broke through it here, and I have my high here. Price came back, make equal high here, drop again, I pull up, and finally close above the high. So expectation was a price to come to 50% fair value gap, order block, then an entry, right? So what happened? Look at what happened. When price came into the order block, I took my entry, and this is what happened. Price continued downward, and that was a loss of about 12 pips on this GBP USD on the 14th of November. So if you don't follow the rules, you may lose your money, right? So this is for AUD USD. As you can see, at the time the green box came up, we have our low of the day here, and as you can see from the beginning, from the open of the day, you can see a clear downtrend to this point. So I waited for price to break the low. Price broke through the low, closed above the high on the 1 minute time frame. This is when price closed above it. So my expectation was for price to come in, then I take my buy, and this was a trade on this is a mix of NZD USD. So this was a trade on NZD USD. You can see my first step profit here, which is always with a higher lot size, and it was cleared out. Then on silver, this is it. You can see on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see the clear downtrend here, and when the box came up, as the box was formed, this was the low of the day. This is it on the 1 minute time frame. You see price took it out. My expectation was for price to break above this high, can come back for a retest, then I buy to this level, and this is what happened. When price broke it, pulled back, broke again, then I have to adjust my high for BMS, break of my market structure. Price pulled to this high, drop again to this level, then finally it broke above. It gave me a break of structure and a retest, and that was the entry, right? This was for gold. Here I said I took gold as well. So you collect down trade the low of the day, as the mark out the low of the day as the green box appear. Then what happened here? Price broke through it. Expectation was for price to break above this high, come back for a retest at 50%, then we go. So what happened here? Price has closed above the high, giving us our break of structure. The next expectation was for price to come back for a retest, then we go, and that was it. Price came back for a retest, although it didn't entered it very well, and that was the entry for gold, right? So you can take your time to backtest this strategy and see if it can work for you. If it works for you, you are going to make some good money from it. If you are patient, you only need to spend just 2 hours on the chart daily. 2 hours. After that, once you enter the 2 hours, if you don't have a good setup, leave it for that day. A day will come where you have a lot of trades that will give you good profit. All right, if you like this video, if you are comfortable with the content of this video and it's helpful for you, please do well to give it a thumbs up. Click on the like. You can share it with your friends, and as I said, if you are new to the channel, please do well to subscribe. I wish you all the best in the coming week. Make sure you use this weekend to study and improve yourself. God bless you.